I'm going to have a look at this knife here, which is probably, of the AliExpress bargain knives, I would probably place this as my number 2, like, for value for money knife. This is a copy of the F1, or the FallKniven it's FallKniven AB is the company. These knives are like $400 and something in Canada, and so there's no way I would ever have access to a real one to compare it. But this thing, I've tested it. The pictures will be at the end of the video of the testing I did with it. But I pick it as like my second like value for dollar knife. There are other knives that are almost identical to this, and they probably are all the same, but I don't actually know for sure. I haven't tested them, and I'm not getting them all, so I can't say for sure. But this here, this particular one that I picked, I have confidence in. So you get the like packaging just like the original knife. I'm guessing it's all in where was this thing from? I think it's Swedish. Yeah, Swedish here. So you get the packaging, which is pretty cool. I mean, just to store your knife in, and you can see it's even got the little check boxes there. So I mean, that's cool that they give it to you. But first off, the nice thing about, well, I guess to mention before I pull it out, is that this retails for probably about the $15 mark. It could be a little bit more. I've said it many times, with bundles and coupons you can get it much less. But compared to the first knife that was my like number 1 pick as the best value for dollar, which was the Buck Vanguard, this thing retails for probably about $5 to $7 more. It's not a big difference, but for what I'm testing here, what I'm showing here, it does make a difference. Like every dollar makes a difference. And you'll see with this one, which I can compare to the other, like the Buck knife and that, for what these budget ones that I'm trying to compare, right? It comes with a really nice scabbard for once. It's like a half nylon for your belt, and then it's got the plastic holder, and it's nice. The knife fits in there, doesn't really wobble around at all, even without its little securing thing. But then it also has, which I wish so many would do this, it has a safety sort of latch, and then it has a thumb like bump, so you can get the knife out, which is like, it's such a simple thing that everybody overlooks. So like, this is probably, I would say, an 8 out of 10 for the scabbard. And I like that they have this where it's not rigid, because I hate when the back piece is very rigid. So, you know, it could be a personal preference, but anyways. And of course you could put the snap on if you weren't planning on using your knife or whatever. But then when we get the knife out, it's a little bit beat up, because I was testing it obviously before I did the video. So here's what the knife looks like on its own. Believe it's a 4-inch flat blade, and it is obviously a full tang right through, and we can see the little mark on there. But this thing is an absolute tank. Like, you could probably chop down a tree with this, going through limbs and just about anything. This knife is just absolute, like, just monster. I mean, there's really nothing that like, as far as the strength, that this knife can't do. It has a little bit of a duller edge. It's not much duller, but the Buck Vanguard was a bit sharper on the blade. This one here is just a little bit duller. Of course, you can sharpen it yourself. There's no reason you can't, but just out of box, just for reference. And you could see the massive flat grind on here. In the grips, they might be hard rubber. They almost feel like rubber. They don't feel like plastic, but they could be. I don't know what they actually are. but they're not cheap. They're very, very strong. Like this for water resistance, and that is perfect, and it's aggressive. This is almost exactly the same pattern that's on an AR-15, like the rifle, like a M16 grip. This is almost exactly the same. Like if you've ever felt one of those, this is like pretty much identical to that same grippiness. You've got a hole here, which of course secures the blade, like the rivet here, and you could put a lanyard on there, and where you hold it, it doesn't interfere with anything. You've got plenty of extra room here, so if you like holding it further down, or if your hands are bigger, perfect for that. And if your hands are smaller, your hand fits it perfectly fine. This thing is just a great knife. You can see the thickness of this thing. Like it's just like bar stock, and it's been flat ground, and I'll put the pictures here at the end, but for what you're getting, I would personally pick this over the Buck Vanguard because of this thing being a tank. Like I would never even think about this thing or question it at all, because it is just like I said, it's an absolutely strong little knife. The weight wise, it's probably on par. It might be just a tad heavier, but it's not really noticeable, because the Vanguard had the pommel and the guard, which were made of metal, which add to the weight of it. And the handle on this is like, it's not near as good as the Vanguard, but it's good enough. It's not too annoying, because it does have a slight belly here, and the grip texture it's kind of like a familiar grip texture, which is really nice. And that extra bit of money for the super nice like the scabbard here, it's got everything I really want. There's not really any way to attach it to your like Molly vest if you wanted to, but it's not really a big deal in my opinion. Like shouldn't really be a requirement for anything, but this thing would be my pick definitely for the like the budget knives. And I do put it in second place just because of the simplicity of the Vanguard, or like the Buck knife there, with its very comfortable grip and how much cheaper it is. You can't really beat that knife for value, but this one I put in second place, and this would be so far my personal pick for like all around sort of duty knives, or whatever you want to do with this knife. Like if you could do bushcraft with it, or I mean, you can just open packages with it if that's what you want to do. I mean, you can do anything with this knife. This is an excellent little knife, and I would not pay $400 and something for it, but it's a great knife, which available on AliExpress. I'm sure they're available on Amazon, other little sellers, and that. If it looks like this, it probably, like, and it's got these markings on it, like if it's supposed to be the like replica or copy of this, it's probably the same one. So this is the FallKniven F1 copy, and this is my like number 2 or second place pick for budget knives on Ali. And thank you for watching.